Hi, this is Helen Watt. Thanks for joining us at our weekly YGY Club event. And Leslie, please welcome folks as they're joining in. And we thank you so much for spending time with us. This whole month, we're focusing on kicking bad habits. And this week, we're especially using essential oils to help us with that. And specifically black pepper. So who's joining us so far?
Sue Brown, Rose, SoCal, Stufu.
Well, welcome, and keep sharing with your friends. We're so glad that you're joining us here at the club. And we're really passionate about black pepper because it's a great standalone oil. It's good for cooking. It's good for helping you with health concerns. And we're just going to go over a couple of those different things. But anytime you're kicking a bad habit or up for a change, I think you might benefit from a few tips. So I put together some tips that I'll put up online, and let me just pass these out to everybody that's here at the club. Thanks so much for joining us. And here, Carol, thank you. So the first thing that you want to do when you're doing change is don't try everything at once, right? Pick what you can control on and concentrate on you, especially if what you're changing includes how you eat, what habits you have, which might include smoking or drinking or sugar or exercise, right? Concentrate on things that you have control over if you can't elicit the support of your whole family. And then as other people see you starting to live a healthier lifestyle, they'll want to jump in and join you. So work in those small baby steps, because every little small baby step actually can have a big impact on your health. The second tip is to believe that you can do it and to connect yourself with like-minded people. So if you're not here with us in Virginia, we are so thankful that you're joining us on Periscope, on YouTube, on our Facebook page, and just following along, because we're all on that healthier lifestyle journey together. The third tip, focus on your success. Everyone's going to have an off day, maybe an off week, but that doesn't have to derail your whole plan. Remember the positive steps that you've made to get you to where you are now. And then think back on where you might have derailed yourself. Are you drinking enough water? Are you eating enough vegetables? Are you taking your daily Youngevity 90 for Life products? Are you getting in 30 minutes of exercise every day? Change up your routine, and most importantly, are you staying connected to your support system to keep you accountable and cheer you on and help you get back on track? So the third step is to focus on your success. Number 4, don't swap one bad habit for another bad habit. I know a lot of people will, they'll go from not eating, or from trying to eat less sugar, right? They change that bad habit to maybe drinking soda. So they've stopped eating cake, but they've now switched it for soda. Those are both bad habits. So don't trade one for the other. And that's where black pepper is really going to come in to help you. If you do get back on off course, just remember that setbacks are not failures. And number 6, hit a plateau. So, you know, a lot of things that you'll read will say, if you hit a plateau. I think it's when you hit a plateau. I think everybody hits plateaus, and I think they happen for a couple of reasons. One, is it really a plateau? Because it might be that you're just a little off plan. If you've hit your goal weight and your shape weight, right, then you're probably trying to live an 80-20 rule, meaning you're following the Healthy Body Challenge 80% of the time, and 20% of the time you're making some off-plan choices. Well, have you made that 25% of the time or 30% of the time? That could be the reason for your plateau. So just make sure that you're being true to yourself. I found that when I get a little off track, I just go right back to writing everything down. It helps me get back on track. And then just remember that change never stops. So it's inevitable and it's going to happen. So I just try to embrace it. And we just hope those tips have helped you. So now we're going to jump into some of the benefits for black pepper. Today we're going to make a spicy jalapeno ranch dressing, and so we're going to go through that in a few minutes. But I'm going to turn it over to Carol Miller, who's a leader in Virginia and soon to be moving, but she is still going to be participating with us, and she's going to tell you more about the health benefits of black pepper.
Yeah. So black pepper is something that's very useful for addictions or bad habits, as we're talking about. And I had a personal experience with that. My brother-in-law, despite his best intentions and much to my sister-in-law's frustration, was never able to quit smoking. So the man was wearing a nicotine patch and smoking, and sneaking cigarettes and doing all this kind of stuff that made everybody, made him feel pretty bad. And I suggested, so I sent him a little bottle of black pepper. This is not very expensive. I believe it's under $20. So I sent this to him and I said, all you have to do is, so for him it was smoking. So I said, which hand do you smoke with? It's his right hand. So I said, you put 1 drop of black pepper and just kind of put it on your hand. There we go. And that's all you do. Okay, and so say he wanted a cigarette, have a drop of black pepper on your hand, and then before you have the cigarette, just smell it, breathe in, and then if you still want to have a cigarette, well, guess what? You can go ahead and have a cigarette, but you know what? It's just not going to be the same. It's just not going to be as enjoyable. And he was able to quit smoking after 30 years of, not being able to quit. He tried different things, and this is what really helped him make the change. And at the same time, he also did start on the 90 for Life, and I believe that really helps as well, because a lot of times when you have an addiction, it's like your body's looking for something, you're craving something. So when you give your body all the nutrients it needs, at least that's out of the picture. You can get rid of that, those cravings, and you can just try to focus on the bad habit. Black pepper is, it's withdrawal symptoms associated with smoking and also with drugs. So if you know anybody, and that's a huge epidemic, unfortunately, in our country right now. So if you personally know anyone who is struggling with drug addiction, this is something you could offer to them to help them on their recovery. It's also good for muscle pain, stiffness, removing toxins, for digestion, mental concentration and memory, and even arthritis and rheumatism. And and also it has some antibacterial and antiviral properties. Like many of these essential oils, there's a whole list, of all these properties here that are good for essential oils. They don't do just one thing; they do many things, and often do many things very well. And this is from the book Foundational Aromatherapy. If you don't have a copy of this, check with somebody. We can send you an e-version of it. So let us know. And you can use black pepper in a number of ways. I told you about the sniffer, and I think we're going to have everybody make a sniffer, right, Helen?
Yep, we're going to do that now.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Leslie, for being our recorder. So you guys give a big shout out to Leslie for recording for us. Thank you. And I'm over here getting lunch ready, which we're going to Periscope separately. But let's just go back to making this sniffer. So Carol, what are we putting together here?
Okay, so we just have little Q-tips, okay, like you buy in the store. And Helen, being so talented, she's coming up with a little thing that we can put in the baggie. But all we're going to do is put a couple drops of black pepper on this, and then we're going to put it into a baggie to keep it. You can also do this, you can put it just on a cotton ball and smell it that way. One thing about black pepper, it is considered a hot oil, so you kind of want to be careful about, we're going to ingest it in a recipe, but you want to just be, follow the directions or recommendations for this oil. So one thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to just put put a couple drops on there, and I'm going to let everybody, here, Rose, you want to take a sniff of that? It smells good, doesn't it? Yeah.
It actually can get your taste buds going, right?
I know, yeah. So, and then all you do is just drop it into a baggie, and and then you have it. So as simple as that. You could do a swab, you could do a cotton ball, anything like that. So that's a very easy
and super easy way to carry it in your purse, in your bag. Right. I mean, you could get a smaller baggie, right? But as big as a Q-tip or a cotton ball that you can stick in your pocket. And then whenever you feel like you're going to go for the bad habit, just try going for the black pepper first.
Yeah, that's right. Just, sniff that black pepper, and then if you still want the cookie, or you still want, but I don't think you're going to enjoy it as much. And that's kind of like how we can get out of a habit, right? So
yeah,
it's good in salsa too. Doesn't it have a wonderful salsa?
It's one thing, and this is so strong that sometimes it just is a touch. In some recipes, you just touch a toothpick and put the toothpick, because that's how concentrated this oil is. So it will never take more than just one drop. All right, so we're gonna be back in a minute.
Thanks so much for joining us, and we're going to come back in just a few minutes with our spicy jalapeno ranch dressing and our steak salad. So check back soon.
My gosh.
Okay, and somebody wants to know if it works for beer drinkers.
Alcohol, yeah, I
Yeah.
think yes. Yeah, what hand do they drink the beer with? Right hand, a drop on their hand can do it, sniff, and then, but the other thing that will help with that is, you know, the nutrition will help, but also they have to want, anytime you want to kick a habit, it's something you need to want to do.
Right, and that's why we gave you those other tips as well, right?
Right.
So a great thing for smokers or drinkers is to change up their routine, right? So don't do the exact, if you go downstairs every day and get a cup of coffee and a cigarette, then that's going to be against you, even if you're sniffing black pepper. So don't go downstairs and do that routine. Shake up your routine. So go back to those tips. Stay connected to healthy people that are on the same plan as you, and we can do this together.
And they want to know if you're going to give recipes, or can they find them on YGY Club or what?
I am absolutely posting this recipe out on our Facebook group. It's already there. If you follow YGY Club on Facebook, the recipe is already there. And then it's going to get pinned on Pinterest and shared that way too. So look for that soon, as well as the little recipe card I put together for creating the Kick the Habit Sniffer and the tips that we put together. Good question. Thanks.
Okay. Okay, so we done? All right, bye you guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
Okay, excellent.
Wait, I've got to get it to stop. Stop. Here, help me make it stop.
Oh, you pushed down or something?
I tried. Oh, there.